All right, friends, let's move on. Now that means here we have secured that 1 mark. Now, they say to us, prove that BE is equals to BP multiplied by BF divided by BS. BE, I'm looking for that. There's BE, BP, there's BP there, BF, there's BF, BS, there's BS there. Do you see that in this red triangle, we've got everything that they want? Now the question is, how are we going to relate these two? The answer is very easy. Can you see that EF is parallel to PS? And we have a triangle there. There's a theorem that states that a line drawn parallel to one side of the triangle, this line, divides the other two sides in the same proportion. Now that means that here I have to use proportionality theorem for these two sides. And how am I going to do that? I'm just going to say BE divided by BP, because there's BP there, divided by BP, is in the same proportion as BF. Remember I said BE, I must say BF, same proportion as BF, divided by, I said BE, BP, now it must be BF, BS, divided by BS. Reason is proportionality theorem. Well, PS is parallel to EF. PS is parallel to EF. Now, how do we get our marks? 1 mark is for noticing that you must use proportionality. 1 mark is for the reason. Now, let's give them what they want. We just made BE the subject of the formula. BE is therefore, I cross multiply by BP multiplied by BF divided by BS. Remember now, for this one, you are not going to get a mark because they told you that. They cannot tell you something and then give you a mark for something that they have told you. Next question. Prove that. That must be prove that. Prove that triangle BGP is similar to triangle BEG. That is similarity now. I said, be able to state the theorem with understanding. I'm stating the theorem that is involved here. Two triangles, two or more triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are in the same proportion. Two or more triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and the corresponding sides are in the same proportion. Meaning that here, corresponding angles must be equal. If corresponding angles are equal, corresponding sides would be in the same proportion. Now, when I said understanding, when I'm saying corresponding angles, I mean that means angle B must be equals to angle B there, because it corresponds with that. Angle G must be equals to angle E, they correspond. Angle P from this side corresponds with angle G that side. Then I'm just going to say, therefore, triangle BGP is similar to triangle BEG. What is the reason? Corresponding angles are equal. The reason is angle, angle, angle. My friends, did you know that by just doing this, showing the understanding of the theorem, even before you do any other thing, you already have secured a mark for a reason there. I've got 1 mark. But I don't want 1 mark, I want all of them. That is why now, next step, after saying corresponding angles of these two triangles are equal, therefore the two triangles are similar because of angle, angle, angle. Now, I'm going back to the diagram to say, in triangle BGP, which angle B am I talking about? Which angle G am I talking about? Which angle P am I talking about? Let's go to triangle BGP. Can you see that in triangle BGP, we are talking about angle B2 plus B3. Now, when I say angle B here, I mean angle B2 plus angle B3. Which angle G are we talking about? Triangle BGP. I'm talking about G1 plus G2. Which angle P? Triangle BGP. I'm talking about angle P1. Now, let's go to the next one. Triangle BEG. Triangle BEG means I'm talking about that triangle. Now, which angle B are we talking about? Angle B2 plus angle B3. Then, which angle E is this one? Triangle BEG, we are talking about angle E1. Which angle G are we talking about? Triangle BEG, there we are talking about angle G1. Now, next thing is, why is this equals to that? Can you see that I'm talking about here triangle BGP, that is B2 plus B3. What did I write there? B2 plus B3. I'm sorry about that. And in triangle BEG, I'm also talking about that. Now that means they are equal because they are common. It's a common angle to both triangles. Now, why is angle G1 plus 2 equals to angle E1? Why is this angle equals to that? I can't see a reason here. Now, I'm just going to let it go a bit and move on to the next one. But now, it is not that they are not equal. They are equal. But I want something that is raising its hand to me to say, this is why we are equal. Now, let's look at angle G1. It was said to be X. Let's put there equals to X. Angle G1 is equals to X. Now, I want a reason why angle P1 will also be equals to X. And there is a reason. Do you still remember that this is a tangent? The angle between the tangent and the chord, this angle, is equals to the angle which is subtended by the chord, meaning that this angle is equals to the angle which is subtended by the chord in the alternating segment. Then it means that this angle is equals to that angle. What is the reason? Tan chord. Remember that in 2.1 we proved that G1 is X. Now I have just proved that P1 is also equals to X because it is equals to angle B4 there. But now my reason is tan chord. Now folks, I get 1 mark there, I get 1 there, I get 1 there. I can go back now and say, no, not 1 there, 1 there. I can go back now and say, these two, angle G1 plus G2 is equals to angle E1, third angle. Even though it is not necessary, if you can give us 2 of them, you shall have proved that the 2 triangles are similar. Alright, next question. Prove that BG squared divided by BP squared, BG squared divided by BP squared is equals to BF divided by BS. I've heard that somewhere. BF and BS, yes, right there, right there. You see? Remember that the question that we ask you might have to come back and help you to answer next questions. Don't forget about all these questions going up to there. Keep them in mind. All right, that's fine. Now, I know that this is related to that. Okay, that's good. But now, if this is related to that, how on earth do I get this? Remember, I've just said, remember that the previous question might help you in answering the next question. For this one, I'm going to remind you that I said, state the theorem with understanding. 2 triangles are similar if they are equiangular. I have proved them to be similar. And their corresponding sides are in the same proportion. Now, because these 2 triangles are similar, it means their corresponding sides are in the same proportion. I can now say BG because I've got BG there. I can say, therefore, BG divided by, let's write BG beautifully so that it does not look like something that it's not. BG divided by BE. Now, I know that people will say, why BE? Can you see that BF and BS are related to BE? That is why I choose BE. When I divide these, I'll get the same answer as when I divide BP. Let us just revive that. When I divide BP by BG, and how do I know that? It is because of the fact that I have got Similar, let's write it in this way. Similar triangles were in 2.2.2. Okay? But now, remember that in 2.2.1, we said BE was equals to BF, no, not BF, BP times BF divided by BS. Remember that we once said that. Now, let's take it to this side. Therefore, that means that this times that, I'm just now cross multiplying here. That means that BG multiplied by BG, which BG, this one times that one, is equals to BP multiplied by BE. I'm taking this from that. That is BG squared is therefore equals to BP. Remember, BE is that. BP multiplied by BP there multiplied by BF divided by BS. Now, it will be BG squared divided by BP times BP is BP squared. I cross multiply, which is equals to BF divided by BS. There we go. We proved similarity. We used similarity as a reason. If two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides are in the same proportion. We did not forget about what they asked us there. Took it there, then cross multiplication, substitution of BE there, then we got what they wanted from us. My friends, mathematics has never been difficult. It would never be difficult as long as you practice, as long as you do what we tell you to do. And what is it? Remember, every theorem that I prove or apply, I always say to you, make it a point that you can state the theorem with understanding. I demonstrated that here. Stating with understanding, two or more triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and the corresponding sides are in the same proportion. That is understanding your theorem. Don't just state it fast without understanding it. Number two, be able to prove those theorems. If you can state with understanding, prove them, you will be able to apply them very easily so. Now, I just want to say to you, my friends, go to our channel, it will help you a lot. Leave those positive comments. Make it a point that you share the channel with your friends so that you don't pass alone, we pass together. Now, I want to thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you who's supporting this particular channel. See you in another session of mathematics. Thank you very much.